Hello, and welcome to the video review of the HTC Flyer. As you can see, it's a handsome device. Got an all-aluminum back, similar to what Apple is using on their newest line of MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs and things like that. And got Gorilla Glass in front. Cameras on the side here on this device. So they're kind of already implying that you should try to use it in a landscape orientation. You have a 5 megapixel camera in the back, volume rocker here, stereo speakers on the back, microphone, and an MHL USB port, which uses a custom plug. You can actually plug a normal size mini USB cable in here and charge the device and sync and things like that, but the design is so that you can't take the higher voltage charger that comes with the Flyer and plug it into your other mini USB devices and subsequently fry them. So that's a look at the hardware. Now you might notice that mine is white. This is how all the Wi-Fi Flyers come. This is a P512. This is the Best Buy model in the United States. The 3G Flyers in Europe are also going to be white, and the EVO View on Sprint is going to be black, and that's essentially a CDMA model with WiMAX in it. So now let's take a look at the software. Now this device comes with HTC's new Sense 3.0 software. One of the great things about the new Sense is you can from the lock screen, you can pull the ring like this and unlock the device. You can see the slick 3D interface with the well-known HTC weather animation. Other thing you can do is if you need to open an application right out of the lock screen, such as mail, calendar, internet, camera, that's the presets it comes with, but you can customize these. But say you need to get to the camera quickly, well, you can just pull the camera into the ring here and it will launch the camera. There you go. Looking around the interface, I have to say I'm a big fan of Sense 3.0. It definitely makes up for the fact that this tablet does not come with Honeycomb. This tablet actually comes with Android 2.33 Gingerbread, and you might be asking yourself, why does this not ship with Honeycomb? Well, Honeycomb, at least at the time of this review, has not been quite yet optimized for 7-inch displays, and all the devices that were supposed to have Honeycomb and be 7 inches, like Acer Iconia A100 or a couple other ones, they all got delayed. There is a ViewSonic coming out in July, which should have Honeycomb on a 7-inch. So HTC actually promises that this Flyer will get an update at some point in the future when Honeycomb is available. To me, that brings up a few questions, like what's going to happen to these hardware buttons that we have here. We have one set here, and you can see when I turn the screen into portrait mode, into landscape mode, another set lights up here. This is really clever design. I'm not too keen on it because I like to use the thumbs. I like to use my thumb with the hardware buttons in landscape mode, but nonetheless. So the question is, what's going to happen to them when we get Honeycomb? Because Honeycomb is not supposed to have any hardware buttons. Will they just not light up? That's a big question for me. So, taking a look around Sense, you have this kind of 3D animation, something that's been available on all your third-party launchers for a while, but the first time it's available straight out of the box. And HTC really seems to favor these large full-screen widgets. It's almost like a full-scale application just in the widget itself. It comes with quite a few for your agenda and your email, and you've got FriendStream, which is an aggregator of different social feeds that you may want to use. They're all great, and they make up for the fact that you can't view several things at once on Android. It kind of gives you the illusion that you're multitasking and have several things open at once. This is application list. I noticed in Sense 3.0 that it kind of sticks. It's still vertical scrolling, but it sticks to sort of pages. You can have favorites and all kinds of neat features. Customization wise, nothing beats Sense out of the box for how much you can customize. I've used all kinds of Android devices, and this is hands down the best. Not only can you set a number of wallpapers and change your lock screen shortcuts and change your whole scene, which changes kind of your skin, your wallpaper, and your set of widgets. In the skin, this is one of the few devices where you can change things like the color of the top bar, the drop-down bar. It doesn't have to stay static. You can have it be translucent or blue, black. You can download more themes. It's really great. This is Sense 3.0. This is the same software is going to be available on the EVO 3D and the Sensation on T-Mobile, and probably all future HTC devices. Let's take a look at the browser. The browser works best in landscape mode. You have front and back buttons and the search button here. Now I noticed there is no hardware search button on the flyer. You can do multiple tabs like this. I can pop open a new tab and switch between them like this and have little previews of what I have open. I found that really handy. Same thing works in landscape mode, in portrait mode, pardon me. Now, one of my favorite things about the flyer is that this is the first Android device, including all the Honeycomb tablets and everything out there, that really supports straightforward real printing. It has a network printer driver, probably some kind of PostScript or something like that, and devices and all your printer devices that are on a network can be used with this. The way it works is really simple. Out of most applications, like this is the browser, I can hit print. I can add a network printer and print something out. This doesn't require Google Cloud Print. It doesn't require Apple Print. It doesn't require iOS AirPrint. It doesn't require anything. It just has to be a normal network printer, be it Wi-Fi or hooked up via LAN to your network. Pardon me. Alrighty. So, it's great because you can print out maps, you can print out web pages, documents, not only photos, there's all kinds of stuff straight out of the box. First device that I've seen that'll have this. I'm kind of curious. The Sense here is really powerful. It's in every bit of the experience. The Mail app is optimized for a large screen. They have dual pane browsing in landscape mode like this. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen to all this once Honeycomb does come to this, because really it would mean that HTC would be allowed to make quite a few customizations to Honeycomb, more than we've seen on other devices to this point. And I'd really like to maintain all the features that this Sense 3.0 has right now. So you might have noticed the stylus. This is the infamous $80 accessory that HTC sells. It's not part of the retail package with the Wi-Fi model. It does come with the EVO View 4G on Sprint, and it does come with any 3G flyers sold in Europe. My biggest gripe with it is, well, number one, it's $80. Number two, it uses Entrix DuoSense technology, which I've used before on my HP TouchSmart TX2, and it crapped out about three 3 months when it was out of warranty. So I'm hesitant, but I'm willing to give N-Trig another chance. So the stylus, it's not resistive or capacitive. It's DuoSense, so it works like this. Basically, you can tap the activator button here, and you have two options. You can take a screenshot of your current screen and kind of scribble on it. You can tap that again, and you have different pen sizes and different pens and different colors. It's really neat. You can kind of scribble and annotate. This is great if you have a map and you want to kind of draw some directions like this and go here and then meet me here. Other thing you can do with the stylus is you can pull up the Notes application, and this is great. It syncs with Evernote, and you can record audio at the same time as taking a photo and scribbling and attaching attachments, and it keeps track of all that for you. So one big problem is this is presumably this was designed for students, but listen to the problem here. The problem is that this thing is loud. If you're going to be in class and you're going to be taking notes on the lecture or something like that, your classmates are going to look at you like you're a jackass, because I don't think this would be acceptable. So putting a screen protector on the screen kind of dampens it a little bit, and it's not as loud, and the pen still works. So that's one way around this, but it's still noticeable, and to me it's just something about writing on the Gorilla Glass. It just is not intuitive. So the question you're probably asking yourself now is, should I buy this, and if so, which one? Number one, why get one of these guys when you can get a 10-inch honeycomb tablet or an iPad for the same price or less? Well, you have a good point, but in my experience, at least, a 10-inch tablet is something I would primarily use in my home, and I would never have it on me on the go, because I would have needed to make special accommodations to have it on me. And let's face it, I didn't do that. And with a 7-inch tablet, I found that I'm more likely to have it on me because it's something you don't need special arrangements for. You can stick it in your pocket, you can get going, and it's there for you when you need it. Having said that, it's still $500. So I was going to get the $400 model on Sprint with the 4G, but the problem there is bad Sprint for very uncompetitive tablet data prices. AT&T has got a $15 and a $25 plan. Verizon's got a $20 plan. T-Mobile's got a $24 plan for if you have a voice line. And Sprint, what they're pushing us with 4G, the cheapest line, the cheapest data plan you can get for this device, is still $35. So not only are you shaving off only $100 off the cost of the device on its own, it's only a $100 subsidy essentially, but you're also stuck with a very expensive monthly plan. This is why I chose to go with the Wi-Fi only device. We're still yet to see how much this device is going to be on contract from T-Mobile. Hopefully their subsidies will be a little more reasonable. Hopefully for the customer. So this is a look at the HTC Flyer / EVO View 4G on Sprint. Essentially it's going to be the same device, but with a black bezel, and the brushed metal here is also black. And of course it has a WiMAX radio in it. It has a 1.5 gigahertz single core Adreno 205 graphics processor and 1 gig of RAM, and someday we're told it'll get honeycomb. It's a great option. Please check out my blog, sprintwtf.blogspot.com. Thanks.